Anybody heard of flying fish before?
白のペンギ買いに行ってバニラ
Ice is a perfect symbiotic relationship between a fungus and an algae. All the things, they work together, all these beautiful colours. So they need each other to survive. So one cannot live without the other. That white stuff on the rock there, nobody's liking that. That's just bird food. And we will show you who is responsible for that down the coast. But in here, we became a little bit more inventive with our cave names. So you'll see these lovely orange, yellow colours, golden arch. We had a smaller boat you might be able to drive through this cave, and it's known as Macca's. Good opportunity to also see the full kelp up nice and close. So the lichen that we've got on the rocks here, the really bright colours, they're bright because they are exposed to a lot of sunlight. So on the back of Penguin Island over there in front of us, you'll notice it's sort of a bit of a grey white colour, and that's because it doesn't get the same amount of sunlight that this one does here. So the more sunlight it's exposed to, the brighter the colours are going to be.
Shot of McDonald's here. See a nice bit of wobble and bobble on the ocean.
Get the shots, good on you. How are we going? All good? So yesterday when we came out here, the swell was much bigger.
Well folks, we have a beautiful cave that's not really a cave anymore. It's known as a sea stack. And that is known as the monument here on Bruny Island. Check it out, it's an absolute ripper. Also look up to the left, 278 metres tall just there. Today we don't go through that gap for obvious reasons. It's a bit wobbly. So that right-handed side is said to be a king wearing his crown, riding his camel. But you do need a bit of ginger for that, and obviously you folks have had a fair bit, so you should be able to see that quite clearly. Anyway, for the people on the right, check out those cliffs. So 278 metres tall. We're only just outdone by the Tasmania Peninsula. It's 310 metres tall, which is Cape Pillar, making it the tallest Dolomite sea cliffs. So we're the runners up just here. Also have a look to the right against the wall here. You watch this water smash up against. 3, 2, 1, it'll run across. Check it out. To give you some idea of what you missed out on yesterday, there were waves going over the tops of that first ledge. The waves were as thick as the king's base. In one wave, it went from the right-hand side all the way to the queen. That's the lady praying there with her hands clasped together. It was a 5 to 6 metre sea. Very interesting. Not everyone was as excited as me, but pretty relaxed.
Take a mid snapshot.
Perfect barrel we're through. We're just looking back down the garden barrel.
Really?
Take photos.
Is this where you were sitting?
No, the other
The
side.
other side, yeah.
Yeah, because the big set had gone through, and then we got like the equivalent of this little stuff. That was what they were taking on the big one. So you can see how this molten magma would have shot its way up from being underneath the sea floor back in the day. You can see that lovely pillar-like effect. Pretty spectacular.
They do say that you could jump off these cliffs, but only once. If you do stand up, just really make sure that you're holding on to the railing there, because it is pretty wobbly. Watch your phone.
Of course, Carla. Right. I'm holding on to the side. It's fine.
If you have a look at the ledge to the right, the white mark on the rock coming out with a bit of green, that's how tall the waves were, the crack up there. Pretty awesome to watch. Hold still. point where the motors will turn around. The right hand side will have an equal view.
So these guys are all male Australian fur seals hanging out. They've got a pretty awesome life. They just spend the majority of their time gorging themselves on fish and squid. And the aim of the game is to get as fat and as large and as alpha as possible, because the bigger you are, the more attractive you are to the ladies, the more males you can fight off when it's breeding season, when it's time to travel north. Oh my gosh, that guy all the way up there. He's the king of the castle. Right up there. There. So in about October every year, these guys make the journey all the way up north to the Bass Strait Islands, so up around King Island, up in the north of Tasmania, where all of the female Australian fur seals hang out. So they'll spend a few months of the year there. They'll have a little bit of a patch or a territory that they will defend and fight for the ladies. And they will breed with multiple females. The females don't have it as good as these guys. They fall pregnant and they have an 11-month gestation period. So pregnant for 11 months, they give birth to their pup, they get about a week off, 10 days off, and then these boys are back again. And they do that for about 24 years of their life. So it's pretty crazy. They will then have the pup with them for about 12 months to 2 years, and then if it is a male pup, these guys here will bring last year's pup back with them.
Oh, you can smell them now. There you go.
That is the cleanest air in Tasmania, they say down here. The big alpha males can weigh up to 300 kilos. They have dual layer of fur, so the outer layer is to help repel the water when they're diving at depth, and the inner layer is to help keep them warm. They were hunted back in the 1800s, almost to extinction for their fur, but they're now a protected species, so the numbers are back up to the rise, which is good. Over almost 750,000 of these fur seals were hunted in the northern North Tasmania and Victoria. Off to our left over here, you can see the Bruny Island Lighthouse, Cape Bruny, and then if you follow the headland down all the way down to Southeast Cape, so that is the most southerly point in Australia. Has anybody been to the lighthouse on Bruny? Yeah. So you would have been looking back at the Briar Rocks. You alright? Yes. Oh! You look lost and thought.
今度こっちサイド。天然アザラシ。お前天然アザラシ。
here, this one to the left, he's sort of got his flicker in the air. As much as we'd like to think he's saying hello to us all, that's how they actually thermoregulate. So these guys have got a lot of vasculature, a lot of veins within their flippers. So if they're getting a little bit hot, what they'll do is they'll dive in the water, they'll dip their flipper into the water and they'll hold it up in the wind, which helps to cool them down. Vice versa, if they're feeling a bit cold, they'll just pop their flipper up in the air with the sun and warm them up. Divers use these seals as an indication as to whether they should get in the water or not. So if they come down here, start making a racket and none of the seals jump off of the rocks,